Welcome back, CarTech Zone. Today we've got something absolutely jaw-dropping and futuristic for you. We're diving deep into the Sky Warship, one of the most talked about aircraft platforms of 2026. If you've ever wondered what happens when cutting-edge aerospace technology meets military design, this is it. We're going to cover every aspect from performance, design, cockpit experience, real-world capabilities, and yes, we're going to talk about prices, how much this beast actually costs, and whether it's worth the investment from the perspective of the U.S. defense outlook in 2026. Now, let's get into it. Imagine an aircraft that blends the stealth of a modern fighter jet with the firepower and versatility of an attack gunship. That's essentially what the Sky Warship is. It's not just another drone or a reskinned fighter, it's a truly next-generation airborne platform. First introduced in late 2025, it has quickly become a centerpiece of aerospace conversations because it pushes boundaries in terms of design innovation, propulsion tech, and mission adaptability. From the moment you see it in flight, the Sky Warship stands out. Its angular frame and low observable surfaces give it a stealthy, intimidating look even when it's sitting on the tarmac. But the real magic starts once that cockpit canopy closes and the engines fire up. Let's talk about performance. In 2026, the expectations for advanced aircraft are incredibly high, and the Sky Warship manages to meet, and in many areas exceed, those expectations. Powered by a hybrid propulsion system, it combines traditional turbine engines with an experimental plasma-assisted thrust vectoring system that provides remarkable efficiency and agility. What this means in real terms is that the Sky Warship is capable of cruise speeds that rival dedicated fighters, while still maintaining exceptional loitering capabilities, a quality usually seen in attack or surveillance aircraft. In tests conducted by the U.S. Air Force and several defense contractors, the Sky Warship demonstrated a cruise speed of over Mach 1.4, with burst speeds pushing close to Mach 1.8. That's not quite the fastest thing in the sky, but for an aircraft of its size, and remember, this thing carries significant payload, that's staggeringly impressive. It's fast enough to keep up with tactical missions and dynamic enough to respond quickly to changing conditions. One of the key performance highlights is its endurance. Thanks to that hybrid system and advanced lightweight materials, the Sky Warship can stay on station for hours, making it ideal for long-range patrols, close air support missions, or extended reconnaissance. In fact, during recent field evaluations, it stayed in the air for over 10 hours continuously without refueling, a major advantage over many legacy platforms. Handling-wise, pilots who have flown it describe the control responsiveness as smooth but potent. The flight computer assists with stability, especially at lower speeds or during complex maneuvers, but the aircraft still feels intuitive. That's a big deal for pilots transitioning from more traditional jets or helicopters. The controls don't fight you, they enhance what your inputs are telling the aircraft to do. But let's shift to the cockpit experience, because this is one of the areas where the Sky Warship really feels like a 2026 aircraft and not just another upgrade. The cockpit is unlike what you might expect if you're used to conventional military aircraft. Instead of rows of buttons and analog gauges, you're looking at a holographic heads-up display, HUD, with full augmented reality overlays. Critical mission data, threat vectors, terrain mapping, target tracking, it's all layered intuitively within your field of vision. There are still physical controls for redundant systems, as any aerospace engineer will tell you that backups are essential. But for everyday operations, the pilot interacts almost seamlessly with the aircraft via the AR interface and voice-activated commands. This means drudgery tasks like adjusting navigation or flight parameters can be handled without taking your hands off the stick. The pilot seats are also equipped with advanced ergonomic support, designed to reduce fatigue during long missions. They have adaptive cushioning and posture assistance, which might sound like a small detail, but when you're flying long sorties, comfort equals performance. Now, moving on to weapon systems and tactical capabilities. The Sky Warship is not just about being fast and high-tech, it's also formidable when it comes to combat. It integrates a modular weapon system architecture, meaning it can carry a wide range of payloads depending on mission requirements. From precision-guided missiles to smart bomb arrays, and even counter-UAV pods, the flexibility here is a strategic advantage. This modularity is significant because it allows the aircraft to be rapidly reconfigured in the field. Gone are the days when an aircraft had a fixed loadout for an entire deployment. The Sky Warship can essentially be tailored before each sortie, which gives commanders more tactical options and reduces the need for multiple different aircraft types. One of the standout features is the Electronic Warfare Suite. It's designed to detect, jam, or mislead enemy radar and communications systems. In a future battlefield where threats are increasingly cyber-electronic, this capability is essential. During testing, the Sky Warship successfully navigated contested environments, maintaining stealth while disabling adversary systems, all without alerting them to its presence. Of course, we can't talk about any aircraft without discussing stealth characteristics. The Sky Warship's shaping, materials, and heat signature management all contribute to a very low radar cross-section. Engineers used advanced composites that both strengthen the airframe and reduce detectability. Heat signature management is handled by a combination of exhaust cooling techniques and heat-absorbing materials. Despite all this hype, nothing is perfect. Some pilots and analysts have commented that the Sky Warship's stealth is optimized for specific radar frequency bands, which means that under certain high-frequency detection systems, it may not be as invisible as they hoped. That said, when you consider the aircraft's overall stealth package, performance, and electronic countermeasures, it's still one of the most survivable platforms in contested airspace. Now let's talk about one of the biggest topics on everyone's mind: price. This one isn't simple, because the Sky Warship isn't sold in a public retail market like a car or laptop. We're talking about military procurement, which means government contracts, unit costs negotiated in bulk, and associated lifecycle support expenses. According to the latest defense acquisition reports from 2026, the per-unit cost of a Sky Warship, including its integrated weapon systems and support equipment, is estimated between $120 million to $150 million USD. That's a broad range, but the price depends heavily on configuration. A fully laden model with the most advanced sensors, weapons, and long-endurance fuel systems will be on the higher end. That figure might sound enormous, and it is, compared to civilian purchases, but within the realm of advanced military aircraft, it's actually competitive. For reference, many modern fighter jets and advanced bombers have per-unit costs that exceed this range once you include all the mission systems and support equipment. When you factor in the versatility of the Sky Warship, performing roles that might otherwise require multiple types of specialized aircraft, the overall program value becomes even more compelling. There are also ongoing discussions within the Pentagon about how to fund more units, since current orders don't yet meet the demand seen from multiple branches of the U.S. military. There's interest not just from the Air Force, but also from allied nations looking for interoperable platforms in coalition operations. Another conversation revolves around operational costs. It's one thing to buy an aircraft, but it's another to keep it flying efficiently. Early reports suggest that the hybrid propulsion system, while more complex, has shown a lower fuel burn rate compared to traditional engines at similar performance envelopes. This translates to long-term savings over the lifespan of the aircraft, especially important when you consider hundreds or even thousands of flight hours each year. Maintenance protocols are also streamlined. The modular nature of the Sky Warship's components means that certain subsystems can be swapped out quickly without grounding the entire aircraft for extended periods. In military operations, time is mission critical, and minimizing downtime makes a big difference. Let's turn to real-world performance feedback emerging in 2026. Pilots who have flown combat simulations or participated in operational evaluations consistently praise the warship's situational awareness systems. The integrated sensor fusion gives pilots a composite view of airspace that was previously unheard of. Instead of glancing between multiple instruments or relying on external radar feeds, everything is synthesized into a coherent picture, improving reaction times and mission effectiveness. Ground crews also report that the aircraft's self-diagnostic systems help pre-flight checks go faster, catching potential issues before they become serious problems. That's the kind of engineering smart design that matters when you're preparing for high-stakes missions. Critics, however, raise questions about complexity. With highly advanced avionics and novel propulsion tech, the learning curve for maintenance and operation is steeper than older aircraft designs. This means training programs have to evolve, which costs time and money. It's a fair point, and one that defense planners are actively addressing with updated curricula in flight schools and technical training centers. Despite these challenges, one thing is clear: the Sky Warship represents a major leap forward in how we think about air dominance and mission flexibility. It's not just a standalone aircraft, it's a platform that integrates with networked forces, satellites, ground stations, and allied assets in a way that amplifies collective capability. In other words, it's as much a node in a larger system as it is a standalone weapon. Now, you might be wondering, who is it for? Currently, the primary adopter is the U.S. military, particularly the Air Force and Navy components that operate over both land and sea. But international interest is high, particularly among NATO allies with shared defense priorities. Export controls and treaty considerations will influence how widely it's distributed, but don't be surprised if you start hearing about regional partners adopting variants of this platform in the coming years. And what about civilians? Obviously, this isn't something that's going to be available to the public. But the technologies developed for the Sky Warship, like hybrid propulsion innovations, advanced composites, AR cockpit systems, are likely to trickle down into commercial aviation and even automotive tech in the years ahead. So, what's our final takeaway in 2026? The Sky Warship is not just another aircraft, it's a statement about the future of aerospace engineering. It blends speed, firepower, survivability, and adaptability in ways that are truly remarkable. Its performance in tests and early deployments suggests it will be a cornerstone of air operations for decades. Its price point, while substantial, reflects the cutting-edge technology and strategic value it brings to the table. And its impact isn't limited to military use. The innovations here will ripple outward into wider aerospace and defense industries. Thanks for watching this in-depth review of the Sky Warship here on CarTech Zone. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got more deep dives, comparisons, and future tech explorations heading your way. Leave a comment letting us know what you think. Is the Sky Warship the ultimate next-gen aircraft, or is there still room for improvement? We'll see you in the next video.